Hello, you join myself, Phil Collins and colleague Mike Bottomley here again at Parmore House, the headquarters for the Cheltenham Civic Society. We're here to look through the scrapbooks to see if we can find an old press cutting that will inspire us to make a short film for Heritage Open Days on the history of Cheltenham.
Right, I'm going to take another scrapbook at random here. Let's see what we got. Oh, have we got this one on the end, shall we? Right, I wonder what we'll find in this volume.
So this book goes back to 1964, Mike, by the looks of it. Who's this chap here? Who's that?
Right, well this is a guy called Adam Lindsay Gordon. And he's well known, not so much perhaps in this country, but in Australia he's considered one of their greatest national poets. But he was from Cheltenham, born in Cheltenham Kings, and grew up here and was educated for a time at the Cheltenham College.
Oh, let's find out a bit more about him, shall we?
Yeah, let's.
Some reports say that Adam Lindsay Gordon was born in the Azores, but it's believed now that he was born here in Cheltenham, in Cheltenham Kings in 1833. He was the son of Captain Adam Dunford Gordon, who had retired from the Bengal Cavalry, and Harriet Gordon. The family moved to a large Regency townhouse in Priory Street in the town. The plaque to the poet and champion jockey was unveiled at the house on the 19th of October 1933. We're meeting local historian Jill Barlow to find out about Gordon's time at Cheltenham College.
Oh, hi, Jill.
Come in.
Thank you.
Cheltenham College was founded in 1841 by two former army officers to cater mainly for the sons of all the retired Indian Army colonels living in Cheltenham at the time. It started off in two houses in Bays Hill Terrace near the centre of town and didn't move to its present building until 1843. Adam Lindsay Gordon was one of the very first pupils at college in 1841, and he was only 7, so he was amongst the youngest, and they took all ages all in together, so I think it was probably a bit of a rough introduction to life in a boys' public school. He was only there for a year the first time, and went off to be schooled somewhere else, but 10 years later he came back again. By this time his father was teaching Hindustani and other languages at college, but yet again Adam was only there for 1 year. We don't quite know what he got up to, and we can't prove that he was expelled, but the fact that he stayed twice for such a short time certainly suggests that he wasn't a model pupil. They were very keen from the beginning on training officers for the army, and one of the things they had when they moved up to their new building was a sandpit room where the boys could learn not to make sand castles on the beach, but to make proper fortifications ready for their life in the army. There was at one time, there was a board in the library with his whip and some photographs and I don't know what else. But they disappeared. I don't know how they got there, when they got there, when they disappeared or where they went. So if anybody is harbouring them and would like to come forward and say, my father walked out with Adam Lindsay Gordon's whip 30 years ago, we'd be very grateful to have him back at college.
I read an article, Mike, about Adam Lindsay Gordon, about him stealing a horse. Is that right?
Well, there's lots of tales about him. Some may be apocryphal, some may be true. But I think he certainly ran with a fast crowd, shall we say. Yeah. And he was renowned as a jockey, steeplechase jockey. And in one of his later poems, he has a memorable poem about the steeplechase race at Cheltenham,
Oh, wow.
at Prestbury Park, where they have the great races today. Aye, so ends the tussle. I knew the tan muscle was first, though the ringmen were yelling dead heat. A nose I could swear by, but the clerk said the mare by a short head, and that's how the favourite we beat.
There was a pub on this site in the lower end of the high street called the Roebuck Inn, and this is where Gordon and other college boys learnt how to bare knuckle box. They were coached by the landlord and one-time national lightweight champion Jem Earywig Edwards.
I think he was getting so wild that his father decided he needed a proper career, and he was effectively sent to Australia, where he joined the Australian Mounted Police.
Ah, more horses then.
Yeah, horses are very important in his life. He seems to have knuckled down a bit in Australia, got used to it, and at the same time started practicing poetry.
With short, sharp, violent lights made vivid, to the southward far as the sight can roam. Only the swirl of the surges livid, the seas that climb and the surge.